On this video, I want to talk about trust and how to trust yourself, but not only how to trust yourself, when do you trust someone else? And how is that energy transferred from you to somebody else and from somebody else to you? I'm Lucy. I am a holistic peak performance coach and speaker. This subject came up because I was in a place where I found that I was projecting something out there. And when I spoke about it with a friend of mine, she boiled it down to a trust issue. And the trust wasn't not trusting other people, it was a trust in myself and not being totally in trust before I spoke to somebody else. And so we worked on this, and I thought, wow, what a fantastic subject to be able to share. Because if we are not sure when we're talking to somebody, if they are going to pick up on how much trust we have in what we're saying, trust we have in a product or a service, whatever it is that we are doing, whatever it is that you are doing, if there's something that is out of alignment, and I love to talk about alignment, then that energy is picked up on, and perhaps they're subliminally and subconsciously picking up on that. And so they're not totally in tune with what you're saying and the good that could come from using your product or using your service or getting your coaching, getting onto your program, coming into your company. And when we can get back in alignment with that, that is where the magic happens. And so we took a look at this, and she kind of took me through this process whereby I felt where this feeling was in my body, and it was in the solar plexus. And then what that feeling then took on for me, a shape, a form, and where that had come from, where that lack of trust within me, actually, it was of others and stuff that had happened in the past. We all have stuff that happens in the past. So it was friends from school who turned out to not be such great friends. And what they did was to send a letter to me, which was most unpleasant. And so there was a lack of trust in a relationship there. And then later on in my life, there had been lack of trust in one of my siblings and stuff that had gone on there. And again, I know that happens to a lot of people where maybe there's death of your parents and then there's siblings and there's stuff going on and you're not really sure who to trust, what they're thinking about, and if they're putting themselves before you at the expense of actually you don't actually matter anymore, and then not being able to trust what they say. So there's a lot of different areas to trust. It's like, well, when do I get to trust in a relationship again? When do I get to trust my family again? When do I get to trust that the job I'm in is secure? When do I get to trust that I'm going for the right kind of jobs? So there are lots of different ways that we come into this trust paradigm. So one of the ways that she was talking about was really to tune into the energy. So tuning into trusting the universal energy, which is one of those things that you can talk of as trusting God, trusting whatever you think of as God. Maybe I feel it's the universe. Some people call it your higher self, the greater energy, tuning into that and then bringing it in to alignment within you and trusting that that is going to give you the trust in yourself. So it's coming in through your chakras, coming down your spine. And when that is in alignment, and when she was talking to me, I could actually feel that my physiology was changing, that I had been sort of sitting a little bit more relaxed, but my shoulders were going back. I was sitting up taller. I was right on my coccyx, and my feet were really well planted down. And it felt like everything in was in alignment, and not only through my body, but right down through my feet and grounding. So that was a way that I was bringing trust back into me, trusting that everything was right that I was going to say, and knowing that I had the knowledge, knowing that I had the skills, knowing that I had the ability, knowing that I had had the experiences to be able to put my idea across to somebody that I was speaking to. And her idea from that is every time one would then go into a conversation just before, it's like, I trust me, quickly getting back into alignment with trusting myself. And for you, obviously, trusting yourself before you have those conversations, before you go to make a speech, before you go to a conference and you're interacting with people. So it's like, trust in yourself, know that that's there. I trust myself. And you're trusting yourself to say the right thing, to show up in the right way, to respond in the right way. So that's a real key thing, because then the energy of that is transferred in the unseen to the other person, that they can now trust you because you're trusting yourself, right? I'm not here to convince anybody. You're not there to convince somebody to trust you, because somebody who's trying to convince you, and this is also when you're in tune with that trust, if you feel like it doesn't feel right in my gut, when do I trust my gut? You trust it then. When you know you're in tune with your trust in yourself, and there's somebody talking to you and you're thinking, I'm not sure if I trust you. And there's a feeling in my gut that goes, there's something off here. Trust it. Trust your gut at that stage, because you know you're in alignment and your gut is your second brain. So that feeling is a really positive one to pick up on. It's your intuition part of you going, no, this doesn't feel right. Move on. Be as polite as you can. Move on. That person's energy is not right for you. So aligning with your chakras, aligning with your own trust is going to help you so much. So I hope this helps you as well. It certainly has helped me, trusting that what I'm going to say is going to land well with you. And when I speak to others, it's going to land well with them. Whether they get what I do or whether they don't, it doesn't matter. It's like, I trust the person, but this thing isn't right for me. And with yourself, I trust this person, but that product isn't right for me at this time, maybe. But the trust is there. And so they might recommend you to somebody else, but trust yourself first, then the trust will come from others, and you can trust somebody else again when you trust in yourself. So there will be another video coming up on screen, so I will see you over there. If you like this, if you feel it's going to help you, then give it a thumbs up, and I will wish you the most awesome day. Take care. Bye for now.